All right, good evening, everybody. We are here for the Hudson Public Utilities Commission meeting, 6 p.m. Tuesday, November 8th. We're going to start with roll call. Jace?
Son?
Here.
Rice?
Here.
Paul?
Here.
Forum?
Here.
Moose?
Here.
Nolan?
Here.
Heisel?
Here.
Everybody's here.
All right. Thank you for that. We're going to jump right into this. So approval of meeting minutes.
Move to approve. I'll second it.
All right, great. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Moving on, new business. Discussion and possible action on Magny pay request number 29 for the wastewater treatment plant project. Yep.
Okay, so in your packet, Magny pay app number 29 in the amount of $100,097.27. SEH has gone through and looked at everything just like in the past, so they are recommending payment on this. So we would need a motion and a second on this. So
This is Carrie. I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Second by Joyce. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Thank you. Next one, discussion and possible action on purchase of vehicles. Yep.
okay, so the 2022 budget included the purchase of 2 new trucks, one for the water, one for the wastewater department. Super Duty trucks in 2022 were unavailable due to the lack of parts and build issues, just like everything else was in 22. So I'd like to use the budgeted money to replace the 2015 Jeep with one of the attached proposals. I've reached out to other dealers in the area for proposals, but since they do not have the same vehicles in the lot and inventory is limited, they're very reluctant to offer any type of discounts or anything like that. Hudson Ford did offer some discounts based off of sticker price, so you can kind of see what they're offering. The 2 vehicles. So I'll start with the first one. It's a Ford Explorer, Timberline. That is one that they have on the lot for $49,500. And then I know the city does want to start looking at full hybrids and electric vehicles and things like that. The only thing that I could find on the lot and actually anywhere in the area was the F-150 Power Boost. That is a full hybrid. It's that one there is $57,000 and the Explorer was $49,500. We do need to also discuss if we do purchase one of these, what we want to do with the Jeep. I have looked online. It's probably right in that $10,000 to $12,000 trade-in range, which would just take off the price of what we're looking at here. But I guess it's up to you guys what you want to do and where you want to go with this. So,
Do you have any questions on that?
Yeah, what were the 2 vehicles or the 2 trucks that were in the 2022 budget?
okay, so the 2 that are in the 2022 budget are the Super Duties, which is what we run. The Super Duties they're I don't want to say they're not building them, but take this year for example. When I went up and talked to Connie, normally Hudson Ford is slotted for 150 Super Duties. That's what they can sell. Okay, that's what Hudson allows them, or Ford allows Hudson to sell. 2023 they were allotted 55. So I've already put the order in for 2 of them for 2023 because we have that in the budget. We're in that 55 range. Hudson hasn't done 55 of them yet, but I wanted to get on that. Plus the slot to order 2023s closed November 3rd. So
Okay.
I had to go up there and, get our order in. Otherwise, we weren't even going to see a vehicle again in 23.
Wow.
These aren't, it's just not like the old days where stuff is sitting on the floor or on the lot and, we can kind of walk in, or normally I would go up and talk to them and we get a bunch of different prices from all over the place and things like that. We had this, this discussion actually in our department head meeting on what are we supposed to do when it comes to this type of stuff. But we did get them ordered for next year for 23. Now when we're going to get them, that's a great question. I have no idea type things. So,
And
How much
just
did you have to put down on them?
nothing. Just
Oh,
sign my
okay.
name. All I
Yeah.
had to do was sign my name.
And that's because they know that they'll be able to sell them if you decide
Yeah.
you don't want them. So
Yeah.
just so everybody knows too, OEMs and manufacturers right now, they are going to start pulling back drastically on allocation to dealerships as far as what they're sending out to them. Like Kip said, Hudson Ford, I mean, almost half of what they would normally get, they're going to get the next year. Especially with Ford, their CEO, Jim Farley, made it very clear that they're doing a full switch over to EV. So that allocation is going to continue to get smaller and smaller through all of the major brands as the automotive industry switches to full EV or hydrogen engines. So that's something that Kip and I have spoken about quite a bit.
I'd love to get a hydrogen one.
Yeah, they're Audi, Honda, Mazda, and there's one more that are really pushing hard on the hydrogen engines right now. So we're going to start seeing those pop up soon too. Any other questions as far as this goes?
Well, this one was
So-
damaged by hail, right?
Yeah, that's been fixed.
Did we get reimbursed then from the
Oh, yeah.
insurance?
Yeah, our insurance reimbursed us for that.
Well, could we put it on the city's website and take bids? Could we do it that way?
On
Would that
the
be good?
Jeep,
On the Jeep.
you can. If I trade it in, we don't have to do anything with it. If we try to outright sell it or put it out, then we do have to advertise it, for the public, for everybody, and put it on the website and things like that. So, I guess it's kind of what you guys think. Used cars right now, even dealers understand the importance of them. So I don't know if I'm going to get a better price trading it in, or if we're just going to get a better price trying to outright sell it. I don't know. And that's, I guess, kind of, if you just want to put that in my lap, where I just figure out where I can get the best price, then just make the decision. I'm fine with that. But as we stand today, I don't know. I just did a quick Kelly Blue Book on a trade-in value was about 12 grand.
I, as a owner of a hybrid, someone who now has money down in a full electric, I look down the road and the resale value of these two vehicles at some point, the city will sell them. And I suspect that your hybrid will have a higher retained value down the road than the full gas engine. It's also consistent with the city overall plan to switch to more sustainable solutions. So I would move that we allow Kip to go ahead with the full hybrid truck and use his discretion on trade.
I'll second that.
I'll second that.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion carries, Kip, for you to go ahead and move forward with the hybrid option of the truck
Okay,
and
thank you.
use your discretion for the sale of the Jeep. And then kind of like what Kip and I also talked about, if there might possibly be any other need within the utility department for that Jeep. But Kip, you go ahead and use your discretion to figure out.
I'll look around, I'll double check and see if and one of the other departments would be interested in it or what. I'll do my research on it.
That sounds good. Thanks, Kip. All right, moving on. Project updates, project status report.
So basically nothing's changed. 95%. Until we get that project done down there, that's pretty much just going to stay. And that's just for information only.
The fence is looking good.
I'm sorry.
The fence. that we're
Yeah, they've
putting
got
up?
the posts. They've got the posts all in.
Yep.
They're supposed to be back now next week to start the wood or slats or whatever you call it, type thing. And like we talked about before, the gates are not going to be done right now. Hopefully sometime this winter, and then they'll have the installation on it this spring, which will actually finish everything up. So.
What are we going to do in the meantime without having that main gate? What are we?
We're leaving the existing gates there.
Okay. All right.
So they're just going to temporarily tie in the new fence to the existing gate that is there. And then once the new gate's in, it's all remote control operated. We didn't want the drive up automatically open thing. So we we could actually control who comes in and out. So that's all part of the cost. So that'll all be completed now in spring. So they'll be doing that. They'll be coming back, finishing up any dirt work, grass seed, things like that they kind of can't get done now that it's starting to get cold out. So.
Okay. Thanks. Moving on, October 2022 wastewater treatment plant construction summary.
So you've got, it's just a 1 page. Like I said, we're kind of getting down to a lot of the punch list items. 2 of the new raw water pumps have been installed. There's 3 of them. So 2 of them have been installed so far. They're running great. These are the ones that we were having issues with the rags clogging in them. We put some programming in that actually reverses cycle. It'll actually spin them backwards and try to clean them out, and it seems to be working very well. One of them's been in service now for a few months. The other one's probably been in service for about a month and a half, and they are down there. Actually, they were down there today and yesterday, starting on the 3rd one. So once those are in, that's pretty much a lot of the big items that have to be done yet. And then they'll start working. There's a few other small pumps and some valving that has to be completed yet. So they'll start working on getting that stuff done, get that fence finished up, get the sign up, all that kind of stuff. So it is moving along. It's not as fast as we want. A lot of it had to do with those pumps. We wanted to make sure that them pumps were working, which is the main part of that treatment plant, before we moved on to anything else. So, and like I said, we do have good news on those pumps.
Great. Any questions?
I do have something else for the other business. I had sent out, and just a reminder here, I had sent out a email with the West Central Wisconsin Biosolids Facility meeting on Thursday. That is this Thursday at 6:00 over at the Phoenix in Baldwin. It's good. Should be a great meeting where they are going to be discussing the 0.5 project at the biosolids facility. And then they're also going to be discussing the phase 1.0 project down there. They're going to be talking financing. We should get a little bit better numbers on, what Hudson's going to be responsible for as part of that project, things like that. So, I would encourage anybody, if you don't have anything going on Thursday night, you get like cheese and crackers and sausage, I think. So, it's not like a full blown steak meal. Otherwise everybody would sign up, but, there is snacks and things like that. And I know the ones in the past, I know Andy's been to them. I can't remember who else has all been there, but Pat's been there. It is very, very informative. We do spend quite a bit of money on that, for our wastewater treatment down there, to the tune of, 400,000 plus a year. So it's a great meeting to kind of just see what's actually on the horizon here, what's coming up, what we're going to need to really start planning for in terms of financing, for that project that's going to be happening down there. So I would encourage anybody, if you can make it, let me know so I can send over a kind of just a Hudson's going to have 4 people, 5 people, whatever it's going to be. Some of you have already told me that you will. I know Pat did. So if anybody else is interested, please let me know and I can add your name to the list.
Kip, I went to the one last spring and it was really informative. Unfortunately, I do have a conflict, but I'd encourage anyone else to go. It's interesting to hear the conversation of our shared partners in that project.
It is. Yeah, it is because every, I think there's 13 partners that we have with this, River Falls, New Richmond. I mean, all the surrounding communities around here. And it's very interesting to hear what their takes are on some of this stuff too, and what's happening, and how are people going to pay for it, or how are communities going to pay for things and different stuff like that. So yeah, again, if you do have the time on this Thursday at 6 p.m., let me know, and then I can get you on the kind of list so they make sure that they just have enough snacks, I guess. So that's it.
Well, tell them to roll out the extra snacks because I think I'm going to go.
Okay. I'll put you on the list.
That's right. Double up.
I'm not able to make it this time, but I will plan to get to one of them in the near future.
Yeah, and I know I do send out, after the meeting, a lot of times I do send you guys, little packets of slide presentations that they have. And half the time, I mean, we've all received them, and it's almost useless to even go through them without the side conversations that happen and different things like that. But I'll definitely be sending that stuff out again, after we receive it. So you can at least view it.
Great. Thanks, Kip. Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
Does anybody have any other questions for Kip as far as construction summary? We good? Excellent. Sewer utility, water utility cash reports.
Yeah, we did not receive them. So as soon as we receive them, I can send them out to you just in a separate email, but we did not receive them in time for the packet. So apologize for that.
Discussion
I'll apologize
possible-
on behalf of finance for that. How about that?
Discussion and possible action on claims. Utility payables.
Move to approve.
I was going to ask about the sludge pump, like a $30,000 sludge pump. Wasn't that part of the wastewater treatment plant renovation?
No, that
Was that a
was
separate deal?
No, that was a separate deal. We budgeted for that in 22. So they're purchasing it now and getting that installed. That's the sludge pump is, remember if we had that discussion when they haul sludge to the West Central Biosolids facility, we have a truck that comes in.
Right.
And normally we're filling that truck, 80% full because we get such foaming that we can't get the truck completely full. So the sludge pump is actually a pump that we're going to be using to fill that, which in the long run, yeah, it's 30,000, it's a lot of money right now. But if you actually look at our trucking costs that we have to haul this down there, like I said earlier, we're spending, roughly, I'm just going to ballpark here, but we're spending $400,000 it costs us to send our wastewater, our sludge down to the wastewater treatment facility in Ellsworth. Probably $150,000+ of that is just trucking charges to get it there and back. So the more we can get on a truck, the better off we are in the long run. So, we hate sending trucks down there at 80% when we could be sending them at 90 or 95%. So, in the long run, this should actually make up, hopefully save us a little bit in the long run on our trucking charges.
But there'll be an installation cost.
Yeah, right now they just, the total bill on this was like 40-some thousand. I can't remember right off the top of my head, Pat. But we're purchasing it this year. We didn't budget enough in 2022 to do everything. So we're getting all of the parts and stuff that we need in 22, and then we budgeted to have it installed in 23. So after the first of the year, they'll get that installed, and then which is kind of nice because then we can almost start off right at the first of the year with full loads.
Otherwise, it's foamy.
Yeah, it's just foamy when they put it in there, and you can only get, like I said, you're lucky if we can get 80% of that truck full. We went over and we actually looked at one in New Richmond has one, and they swear by it. They're getting 90+%, trucks full to head down to Ellsworth. So
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Pat. Anybody else have any other questions?
I had a question. It's on the last page of the payables, the Trilogy Consulting for North Hudson sewer rate analysis. What, I guess I was just curious what that, just specific to North Hudson, that's it?
let me find it here.
You said that's on the last page?
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, that has to do with the sewer rate analysis. Yeah, that has to do with the sewer rate agreements that we're currently under and that we will be talking about in closed session. Yes.
Okay. And then the other thing is the payment, the $50,000 payment, you have it in the description as maintenance of mains. Is that what that's considered?
I think that's still what they're calling it. I can go back or Jace, maybe we'll go back and we can double check what they're actually calling it in the new agreement. I think that's just what we've historically always called that payment. Because
I think it was lease of mains before, right?
Or was it Lisa Mains? Yeah, we'll go back in the agreement and look and see if that's actually correct. But that is that payment for the use of the water mains.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Patrick. Any other questions? Anybody? Okay. We need a motion to approve.
I made the motion.
Thank you,
And I
Joyce.
second.
Carrie, second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Thanks, everybody. Now we are going to be moving into closed session. I will need a motion to move into closed session.
Actually, Andy, you do need to read.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Unfortunately.
I'll read it all out. So number 8, closed session. The committee may vote to go into closed session under Wisconsin statute section 19.85. Section 1, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business. Whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, in closed session, the committee will discuss the existing wastewater agreement with the Village of North Hudson. The committee may adjourn in closed session or may return to open session. If the committee returns to open session, the committee may take action regarding the existing wastewater agreement with North Hudson. Motion to proceed to closed session.
So moved.
All in favor?
Yes, who's one? Okay.
There was quorum, and who seconded that?
You can say
Carrie.
second it. I think we
Okay,
tied.
Carrie.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, Kip, go ahead and move us in.
Just give me a second. I got to stop the recording here in a second.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. Again, we are here at the Hudson Public Utilities Commission meeting on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. We just finished our closed session, and I would like a meeting to come out of closed session. We need a motion to return to open session.
So moved.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we got a motion and a second.
Yes, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Thanks, everybody. All right, and also we will be looking for a motion to approve the resolution that was discussed in closed session. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
And forwarded on to City Council.
And forwarded on to City Council. Thank you, Kip. Carrie, you move.
I move.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Susie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Moving on to adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate everyone's time, and we will see you guys at the next meeting.